I hope everyone's staying warm this frigid Friday. We're used to the cold maybe by now. This is almost a week's worth of it in varying degrees, but we're not alone. Yeah, winter wind chill advisories all the way down into Texas and Oklahoma. Winter storm warnings south of that. So the cold is definitely having an effect on the entire central part of the country, and it even looks cold from space. This is visible satellite imagery this morning showing clouds to the south on the edge of the coldest air, and where we're locked in that cold, stable air, clear skies. But you can see that white that's not moving. That's the freshly covered ground with that just dusting to coating of snow many of us saw. You can see the Minnesota River here, also a frozen, icy Lake Mille Lacs, and I'll show you Lake Superior, because when it's cold like this, it looks like a hot tub. It's just steaming, even with water temperatures in the 30s. But when you compare that to below zero air, yeah, you get the steam coming off the lake, lots of it, and it creates lake effect snows downwind from that. But we haven't been alone. Europe has been cold too, 26.7 below in Mühlhausen, Germany, which is in the teens below, about 16 below zero. And that's remarkably cold for interior Europe. They do not get the extremes that we get here normally. So chilly there as well. And again, for perspective, the planet is warmer than normal, and even our cold temperatures here are warmer than they used to be. So got to keep that into perspective. But it is chilly, and that pattern is changing. The polar vortex regroups here. But I've gotten a question a lot over the last several days. I thought it was too cold to snow. It's never too cold to snow, just like it's never too hot to rain. But there's a lot less water content. This is comparing temperatures now to summer, 50 times less water that the air can hold at these temperatures. So you don't get a lot, but really it's about where is that temperature contrast, the edge of the warmer and colder air. And even if it's just a relative difference, and this is how it's going to be, the coldest air over us, we're in the middle of it, stable. So that snow belt is going to be southeast of us here, along the leading edge of the coldest and warmest air, and that's going to be the storm track. We're dominated by high pressure, which is normally the case in these very cold air masses. So that's why you don't typically see snow, but we're on the edge of the coldest and warmest air the last couple of days, so we did get a little light snow. Two systems heading to our south and east. So people have been asking if we're going to get any big storms. Not in the near future. Two big ones, though, to our south. In fact, just Tuesday and then a couple days later, Thursday, another big storm for similar areas. So this is a 10-day snowfall total, really adding up to the south and east. And you can see for us, we're talking about just some dustings, just some flurry chances here over the next 10 days. We'll see if that changes as the pattern changes. We are looking at warmer air starting to move in end of next week into next weekend, so that'll at least bring the storm track nearby again. But highs today barely near zero, below zero again, of course, across the state tonight, 20s and even 30s below zero here, especially in the northwestern part of the state, I think is where we'll see some of the coldest temperatures. And then tomorrow, half the models have us just above zero, half do not. I think we'll get above it. The models have been too cold. Reality, believe it or not, has been warmer compared to the computer model. So probably a couple degrees above zero with sunshine and a mix of some high clouds occasionally. And then Sunday, Monday mornings look to be the coldest. Teens below, maybe some 20 below zero readings in the suburbs. And of course, northern Minnesota and outside of the metro will see significantly colder temperatures. And then we're into a zonal pattern by late next week. This is next Friday. Everything's moving west to east in the upper atmosphere. We call that a zonal flow because it's a straight zone west to east, and that brings in Pacific air, which is much milder. So here's February thus far, well below normal temperature anomalies compared to what we're going to see for the last half of February. Much better, in fact, above normal temperatures as we end February. And here are high temperatures for next Friday, a week from now, just to give you a little hope. Most of the models have us near 30 degrees, so it's going to be a lot warmer, about 40 degrees warmer than now, but cold for the time being. This is the last batch of it, and then once we head into March, of course, it just doesn't get nearly as cold, even if it wants to try to. But around one below today, tomorrow. Coldest day looks to be Sunday into early Monday, and then we crawl out of this finally through next week.